is CTV News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. The scene has cleared, but the investigation continues tonight into what led a 35-year-old man to allegedly detonate an explosive device outside a South Walkerville home on Sunday. Neighbors say the blasts shook their homes, with police now saying at least one explosive device was set off on a front lawn on Byng Road near Vimy Avenue. It triggered a massive response, with officers evacuating the area, locking down the street, and spending 7 hours yesterday trying to get the man to come out. The 35-year-old has been arrested, facing weapons and mischief charges. And in a separate investigation, Windsor police have made another arrest in a February homicide. A 22-year-old woman is charged as an accessory after the fact in the shooting death of 44-year-old Sydney Cox. Cox was found unresponsive in a hospital parking lot and later died. Police previously laid first-degree murder charges against a 25-year-old man. And police are also investigating a suspicious $1 million house fire near Sandpoint Beach. Flames tore through the property on Riverside Drive East Friday afternoon, with a stretch of the road shut down for hours. No one was hurt, and the arson unit is now working to determine how it started. In Chatham-Kent, the Integrity Commissioner has weighed in on that closed-door OHL expansion meeting, finding no rules were broken. The review says the virtual session with the league's commissioner didn't count as an official meeting, with no quorum and no municipal business advanced. But it doesn't end there. The commissioner warns these types of discussions can still raise transparency concerns. Mayor Darren Caniff acknowledging not all councillors were invited and says there needs to be better inclusion moving forward. And if you'll be driving between Windsor and Chatham anytime soon, it will cost you. Regular gas is at an average $1.86 in the city and is not forecast to change tomorrow. But while the price at the pump may be out of your control, experts say there is something you can do. CTV's Sanjay Maru has some money-saving tips.
46 liters filled by this driver, and the total comes out to It's the reality of rising gas prices across the globe, and it has some changing their driving habits.
Not going out so much if I'm doing groceries and stuff, try to get it all at once, and, you know, just limit the driving a little bit because it's, you know, you're on a budget, right?
But when it comes to saving money at the pump, it can start with what's under the hood.
Making sure your car is properly maintained. It'll clean air filter, good spark plugs.
According to Justin Lapointe of Justin's Auto Repair, spring cleaning is not just good for your home, it's good for your vehicle as well. Extra items in your car can weigh it down, affecting fuel efficiency over time.
So if you're one of those people, I'd recommend removing those unnecessary items from the vehicle and lightening the load.
Lapointe says many drivers also underestimate the role tires play in fuel consumption, as underinflated tires create drag, forcing your engine to work harder and burn more gas.
A lot of people don't realize that is the #1 reason why gas mileage is poor on vehicles.
For some drivers, high gas prices are leading them to cut back on trips altogether.
You know, we used to go out to Kingsville, take the dog out there. We won't do that now till the gas prices come down.
Whenever I get free, I just to go roam somewhere else. But right now, due to the price, I'm staying at home, just watching Netflix.
But if you need to be on the road, how you drive can make a difference. Avoid sudden braking and hard acceleration, which can quickly burn through fuel and lower your overall efficiency.
It's nice to have slow acceleration, gradual speed increase, and then when you see that you're coming to a stop, let off the gas and coast down. And you might not even have to come to a full stop by the time you get to the next stop.
Sanjay Maru, CTV News.
And it's not just the family car that's costing more to fuel up. The cost to fill a plane is also sky high. As CTV's John Musselman explains from Toronto, that has major airlines charging more.
Most passengers departing Pearson today booked flights weeks or even months in advance, so they avoided any new fuel surcharges imposed by the airlines. Still, there is growing concern that the war in the Middle East could impact future travel plans.
100%. I mean, how can not? How can that affect everything? But always when these fuel charges go up, the barrel goes up. We always feel it first at the pump and then at the airport.
Oh, I mean, if it's going up, there's going to be less people traveling. There's going to be less people going places. And I mean, I won't travel as much.
Now I have to fly to Manitoba, and then I have to drive 3.5 hours.
Well, they haven't affected ours because we booked so long ago, but they may be affecting other people.
Canadian carriers are implementing temporary fuel surcharges between $40 and $60, depending on the airline. Air Canada says it has adjusted fares to account for higher fuel costs. Travel agents say now more than ever, passengers need to make sure their travel plans are covered by insurance.
The viewers should check with their insurance company, the broker, whoever. If I were to buy cancellation insurance and our flight is canceled, yes, I know the airline will reimburse the cost of the airfare. The question is, who's reimbursing the cost of a cruise that we were supposed to meet that next day? Who's going to cover the cost of the rental that we booked for 2 weeks? All these things come into play with cancellation and interruption insurance.
Aviation analysts say the increase in jet fuel is only the tip of the iceberg. John Graddick says we are only days away from jet fuel supplies running out.
Probably about 25 to 30% of the world's aviation fuel does originate in the Middle East. So it is a significant impact on the airlines. Prices, yes, are going up, but I think the big tsunami that we're going to hit is going to be supply. We're going to start running out of aviation fuel probably within the next week or so in various parts of the world.
Graddick says countries in Southeast Asia will feel it first. Flights or specific routes will be canceled to deal with the jet fuel shortage. Meanwhile, back at Pearson, travelers are worried about what lies ahead.
It's going to affect me when I have to fly back home from Ontario to British Columbia, and I'm afraid to even check out the prices. I won't even look. I'm scared.
John Musselman, CTV News.
Amid all this pressure at the pumps, maybe you're opting to take the bus more. Well, as the weather warms up, you'll have 2 new places to catch one in the city. The timeline is now coming into focus for both new transit hubs. The expanded West End terminal at Hotel de Grace Healthcare is expected to open later this spring. In the east, the new hub at Tecumseh and Lausanne, replacing the current one at the mall, is targeting a late spring to early summer opening. Meantime, the City Hall is looking at new ways to deal with nuisance geese. Everybody knows they take over local parks and hold up traffic while jaywalking with their whole families. Well, as CTV's Chris Campbell reports, one option on the table is exile.
Canada geese are a familiar sight across Windsor parks, but the city says their growing numbers are becoming a problem.
We'll continue on with the same program in 2025. But now new for 2026 is the relocation of birds.
That plan would see geese captured in June or July and moved to a sanctuary pending approval from the Canadian Wildlife Service.
It's a humane transportation and collection and transportation of the geese, and they're off to a sanctuary.
The goal, to cut down on the mess and make parks more usable.
We want to make these parks usable for our residents, and we want to be able to encourage people to come to the parks, not stay away from them because it's littered with goose poop.
For some residents, that's long overdue.
You can't walk anywhere. It's just a mess. We stopped going for ice cream down there because you couldn't walk anymore. I think that'd be a great idea.
Oh yeah, they've chased me. And when you get on the waterfront, you're dodging poop. I'm for that. They should try it.
Others agree something needs to change as populations grow.
They need to do something because the population gets so large.
But not everyone is convinced relocation is the answer.
How ridiculously idiotic. It's nice to see them around the parks. I prefer we keep them. They're animals. They were here a long time ago, long before us.
Some say learning to live alongside the birds is simply part of the experience.
It's their home too, so
yeah.
Why not just keep it how it is?
I feel like you can always avoid them.
Even with the occasional close encounter.
We were coming down the hill, and then all of a sudden, the leash disconnects for a second, and then Daisy takes off, chases the geese, goes halfway across the lake swimming, and now got a wet dog to deal with.
The city says managing the population will take time, with geese returning year after year, saying relocation is just one part of a long-term strategy on how to handle Windsor's most persistent park visitors.
The program is going to take numerous years, but we're certainly starting to see a positive outlook.
Chris Campbell, CTV News.
Part-time faculty at St. Clair College are heading to the table for their first ever contract. After years of delays, sessional instructors are now officially unionized and getting ready to negotiate. The union says many have long dealt with uncertainty, limited job security, and little say over pay or working conditions. Now, a bargaining team is being built as talks gear up at the provincial level with all 24 Ontario colleges at the table. Negotiations are set to start April 28th. And spring cleaning is underway across the town of Essex.
Seems like a lot of people's recycling has blown into the ditch. So, constant reminders to folks to keep their recycling, make sure it's not blowing around, make sure your garbage is secure, and please don't litter.
Volunteers hit the road in Colchester this weekend, picking up trash left behind, from empty water bottles to even a bucket of fish guts. By the end of the day, about 20 bags of garbage were cleared from ditches and roadsides. It's part of a series of community cleanups aimed at keeping Essex looking its best this spring.
It gives people an opportunity to get some exercise. If anybody needs community hours, it's another opportunity. And so it benefits the community in so many ways when we get out, because we're seeing what's going on and we're fixing things as we go.
CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald has your full weather details coming up in 2 minutes' time.
We were just so excited that we actually got an email from outer space.
And still ahead, from Ingersoll to outer space, proud parents watch their son make history. CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald is here with our first look at the weather tonight. And Gary, it's not warm out there.
No, it is not. It is chilly and windy. Good evening, Travis. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Temperatures, although seasonal, according to our latest observations, within the realm of what we would expect at this time of the year for highs and lows. It certainly felt colder because of the wind, hence wind chill, especially in the early morning and later in the afternoon, evening, all due to this area of low pressure producing in green the returns. That's your rain showers. There's been intermixed ice pellets and graupel and even some very light freezing rain. It's been very scattered, and snow across parts of upper Michigan into southern central and southeastern Ontario. And speaking of snow, as this system pushes east, it could put down about 5 centimeters in and around Lake Simcoe. And then another system on its heels will bring more snow to the province, but well to our north and moving east from there. So, could we see any accumulations nearby? Well, the closest perhaps would be Strathroy. Maybe even the city of London, if you're headed that way. In the next 24 hours, could see a centimeter or two, but it would not likely last very long at the surface and melt shortly after accumulating. Rain showers more likely in the next 24 hours. If we do see it, it is light, but it is widespread across southern Ontario, and I do not anticipate any activity to be over a long stretch of time. Now, the overnight temperature pre-dawn tomorrow morning is chilly, down to about -5. Some models suggesting -4 to -6, the range in this area you see here. Cloudy with about a 40% chance of an occurrence of flurries, at least one. And that means we could see some icy mixture as well. Maybe some ice pellets. That is a cold start. It feels like about -12 to -13 at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. But then we'll see a nice break. The clouds recede, they are pushed away, and it is sunny through the midday, windy through the midday, -1 at noon. By 5 o'clock, maybe just before that, 4:30-ish, we're up to our daytime high of 4 degrees Celsius, which is about 7 degrees below seasonal. So tomorrow's cold, especially in the morning. Could see that flurries, icy mix. And then sunny for Wednesday up to 10. That's a seasonal or average day for that time of the year. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, look at this, 20, 12, 13. And then 20 on Sunday, Monday, 22. We'll go up, dip, but all those numbers, all those projected highs are above seasonal. There's some rain showers Friday and Saturday to deal with as well. We are unsettled, to say the very least, but a warming trend is certainly coming our way. Travis?
A historic day in space with the milestone still sinking in tonight. A Canadian astronaut and his crew now further from Earth than anyone ever before. CTV's Heather Butts takes us inside the record-breaking moment.
From the cabin of Integrity here.
A monumental moment in history and a giant leap for deep space exploration, marked in time with some poignant words by Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen.
As we surpass the furthest distance humans have ever traveled from planet Earth, we do so in honoring the extraordinary efforts and feats of our predecessors in human space exploration.
Part of the first crewed lunar mission in 50 years, hitting the milestone everyone has been waiting for, the farthest humans have ever traveled from Earth.
Over 55 years ago, Lovell, Swigert, and Hayes flew 248,655 statute miles away from Earth. Today, for all humanity, you're pushing beyond that frontier.
4 astronauts on board the Orion space capsule, breaking the record set in 1970 by the crew of Apollo 13. Now getting a look at parts of the moon never seen before by human eyes. As they set the record, another milestone.
The crew also called down 2 craters not yet named that they would like to name.
One called Integrity in honor of their spacecraft, and another to honor a member of their space family, astronaut Reed Weissman's late wife.
It's a bright spot on the moon. And we would like to call it Carol. And you spell that C-A-R-R-O-L-L.
The team embracing each other, an emotional moment in space.
Integrity and Carol Crater, loud and clear. Thank you.
Their lunar flyby is expected to last several hours. The wife of Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen sharing her perspective with me on CTV National News this weekend.
Why do you think it's important for Canadians to pay attention to this?
I really hope Canadians can see themselves in this mission. So this is the very best of human innovation and human imagination, and Canadians have earned their place alongside other international partners and, of course, Americans to be on this mission.
One this crew hopes is just the beginning.
They choose this moment to challenge this generation and the next to make sure this record is not long-lived.
Heather Butts, CTV News, Toronto.
And back here on Earth, that history is hitting home for one Ontario family. Proud parents watching their son make that record-breaking journey from thousands of kilometers away. CTV's Brian Bicknell has their story.
We've seen it all. We've seen a half Earth, partial crescent Earth.
No son or daughter has ever written home from farther away from home.
We're one of the privileged ones that get to email him up there in space.
But the son of this Ingersoll, Ontario couple, along with his 3 crew members, can now claim out-of-this-world records in space exploration and personal correspondence.
When we emailed him, it was the 4th, and then he replied yesterday. So we were just so excited that we actually got an email from outer space. Basically, he just said, "I'm having a great time," and then "love you, Mom and Dad."
Nancy and Gary Hansen spent Easter Monday in Fort Myers, Florida, watching coverage of the Artemis II mission as it completes its record-breaking lunar flyby.
Quite amazing, quite exciting, and see him getting his dream. He always said he'd like to, land on the moon. He's not going to land, but he'll get close anyway.
The crew has now officially set a new distance record, traveling more than 406,000 kilometers.
We had a pre-party and a post-party with people from NASA and the CSA. And there are a lot of Canadian and American astronauts there, and they all told us that everything should be okay. They've given us a lot of support. So we're feeling fairly confident.
The crew is expected to take turns observing and photographing geological features on the moon, a window to new frontiers that Gary and Nancy Hansen believe will inspire the next generation of scientists.
I'm sure this is quite an inspiration for them.
It's going to really get them to be more interested in getting their education and following their dreams. It's amazing what Jeremy is doing for those kids.
In the meantime, the proud parents have been invited to Mission Control in Houston to watch the splashdown as the Artemis II is set to return to Earth Friday evening. In Ingersoll, Brian Bicknell, CTV News.
Canada's main stock index moved higher on gains in industrial stocks. The TSX is up 74 points. In New York, the Dow added 165. The Nasdaq is up 117. The Canadian dollar added a minimal single hundredth of a cent. On commodity markets, gold gained $5 an ounce. Oil is up 87 cents a barrel. CTV News Windsor has launched a newsletter helping you start your day with the latest local news. By signing up, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca. Today is the 8th anniversary of the tragic Humboldt Broncos crash that claimed the lives of 16 people, including 10 young hockey players. But as CTV's health reporter Pauline Chan reports, the legacy of player Logan Boulet lives on through Green Shirt Day, which is tomorrow.
They called it the Logan Boulet effect when the organs of the 21-year-old were donated the day after the crash, saving several lives and inspiring thousands to register as organ donors.
Literally 5 lives with solid organs and then corneas. And we had a lot of people tell us after that cornea transplant is saving someone's life because now they can see.
I was in Vancouver donating my kidney through the Kidney Paired Exchange Program, September 9th. I was in the waiting room and doing different things and sitting there going, wow, there's this Green Shirt Day contest coming up.
Last year, Candace Cernowski's relative was in dire need of a kidney, but she wasn't a match for him. So she gave her left kidney as part of a chain of transplant donations, ensuring her cousin would get a kidney that did match.
They have a very poor quality of life. So it was really stuffed to see him as a young 30-year-old in his mid-30s man, not being able to work and function, take care of himself.
It took her several weeks to return to work, but she says the benefits for the recipient are immediate. And this year, her design was chosen as the logo for Green Shirt Day.
The big puck, and then the lines here are supposed to show it sort of flying the puck. The hockey sticks, the number 27 is Logan Boulet's number.
Logan's dad, Toby Boulet, says this year's theme is one decision can create a lasting ripple effect. And while he would love to see everyone wear a green shirt on April 7th, he says the most important thing is for families to talk about organ donation.
It's about the conversation. Without the conversation, a transplant doesn't occur in Canada. The family has to agree to it, even in the provinces of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, where they're presumed consent. If the family says no, it's a no. So you have to have the conversation.
Across Canada, more than 4,000 people are waiting for organ transplants, about 70% for kidneys. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Discussion here at Windsor City Hall.
Windsor's top stories.
A major project is about to get underway.
Breaking news alerts.
Severe weather is a possibility.
And watch live.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Download the CTV News app.
For one last look at the weather, let's bring in CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald. And Gary, we are getting to warmer temperatures. Even on the week behind you, we can see that.
You are correct about that, Travis. The good news is it looks like it's going to stay that way from this weekend onward. I think daytime highs will be in the double digits, and that will be the story for the rest of the month of April. So that's some good news. But tomorrow morning, pre-dawn, it is cold, it is chilly, could get down to -5, feeling like -12 or -13. It is windy, just like it has been this evening. Through the overnight into tomorrow morning, the winds subside late in the afternoon, and that's when we'll get up to a high of about +4, maybe even 5 degrees Celsius. Sunny on Wednesday, and a seasonal or average day in terms of temperatures. Enjoy the sunshine because we'll get wet for Thursday, possibly more likely for Friday. Temperatures fluctuate in a huge way. 20, then 12, 13, then 20, then 22. That's a 5-day stretch, Thursday through to Monday next week. So, rain jackets required. Tomorrow's chilly. Wednesday warms up nicely with sunny conditions, and then it is warm and a bit wet, all within this week. Let's look at your weather wherever you are. Have a good night and enjoy your weather, of course.
Thank you very much, Gary. I'm really looking forward to those consistent double-digit temperatures. Yesterday was a pretty decent day, a great day for some dogs up in London who had a whole basket of Easter fun taking part in a canine egg hunt. As CTV's Brent Lale reports, it was all for a good cause.
We've been working on this great cause for 30 years.
Hundreds of dog owners hit the grounds at the Plunkett Estate for the annual Easter egg hunt.
We're hoping to raise approximately $75,000 across 6 hunt locations, and all the money goes directly to providing service dogs to veterans and first responders with PTSD, children with autism, and also facility dogs who work in various settings across the country.
Each service dog is valued at $15,000 over the course of their working career. The organization's largest fundraiser will provide someone with a companion.
This is NSD Dusty. And NSD Dusty is a facility dog that works with the Stratford Police Service. She has a number of roles, one being to provide support to members of the police service, to support their mental health, the other being to assist victims and witnesses of crime and tragic circumstance in our community.
And Dusty was just one of these service dogs in attendance.
Virgil is my absolute favorite coworker. He works alongside me at the London Family Court Clinic and the Child Victim Witness Program. Virgil's there to support children and youth who could be involved in sexual assault cases, who could have experienced child abuse, physical assaults, and he helps provide them extra comfort when they have to testify in court.
Each participant in the egg hunt donated to the cause and had a chance to find special hidden prizes. The London hunt was one of 6 across the country. Brent Lale, CTV News.
What a great event. Looks like fun, even if you don't have a dog, to just be there and watch them all take part in that. And that's our time for tonight. We hope to see you back here tomorrow. For now, I'm Travis Fortnum. Have a great night.